Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be reviewing Series 12 of Doctor Who, review episode by episode and end it with a summary video of my thoughts on the series. This episode premiered on New Year's Day and I thank God it wasn't as abysmal as the previous year's special. So, let's get on with the review. So at first we are presented with 3 scenes of disposable characters that are introduced and killed off in about 30 seconds, which while it establishes the villain, 3 is more than enough and I'd much rather have left it at 2 as it becomes boring, predictable, repetitive and dull. Then we see Ryan playing basketball and I don't really understand why it was put in slow motion, it's not intense and no one is engrossed in whether he makes the shot or not. Also, Ryan's awful lies make me cringe and the fact his friend isn't calling bull baffles me. Moving on to Yaz, scene where she is packing, the pathetic attempt at humor with the father trying to use an Alexa is just so cringy and it's completely unnecessary to have this. All we really needed was Yaz telling her boss that she's off and that she'll be back. Graham's scene was an attempt at making me feel for Graham and to pull on my heartstrings, but unfortunately it doesn't work. However, it remains the best scene out of the MI6 pickup scenes as the rest are confusing cringe fests. Then he says, "Worst Uber ever," which makes me wonder what kind of thing they were trying to do with Graham this episode. Now that they are finally reunited and, in the car, so disposable character number 1 is killed off, which sets off a cringe-inducing set of reaction shots, and the show remains telling not showing with the quote-unquote action scene that follows. While we do learn later this is the Master messing with the Doctor, it's still cringy as fuck. Then Stephen Fry's voice comes to get the plot back in order but is immediately ruined by the Doctor saying, "You want answers, we're coming in." Then we have the needless "the Doctor is a man. I've had an upgrade" crap. Imagine if the roles were swapped. Doctor Who would have been cancelled or had its budget halved, so why is it acceptable for this to happen? Then, C waffles on for a bit using lines only meant for the trailers, and finally we are introduced to Vor, which is also a sexual fetish which I'm not explaining because YouTube will slaughter me. C is then killed, which to me seems like a waste of Stephen Fry. The monsters this episode are so trippy and cool. Then when the sonic Swiss Army knife doesn't work, the Doctor suggests splitting up and I'm left asking, why does the Doctor think splitting the group up is a good idea when she could just hop into Barton's office, slap the downloader thingy on the computer and erase his memory using Time Lord plot convenience. I have to admit Ryan and Yaz scene outside the offices was quite good but is completely ruined by the whole Logan, Hugh Jackman thing, and I found myself rolling my eyes and sighing greatly at this poor attempt at humor. Ryan's nervousness gets some slight comedic payoff but I still found myself getting enraged at him. Now we're in the Outback with Aussie Secret Service being confused at the TARDIS, and Sacha Dhawan is amazing in these episodes, more on him later. But my happiness at seeing him is short-lived as the Doctor begins to drivel about living in the Outback for 123 years and, seeing some great rocks, it makes me want to throw my computer out the window and hit my head constantly over where it was. Graham's conversations with O in this scene are fantastic and I really love the chemistry between the two. We then see Yaz and Ryan stumble their way through an interview with Barton and I'm not sure if it's meant to be funny or not. Barton in this scene I find is presented as a rather menacing figure, which is further emphasized when he's revealed to be 93% human. The sonic doesn't work again and I have to compliment the Cassavan as despite being simplistic they look really fucking cool. I'm not sure why but they reminded me of the villain from Flatline back in Series 8. O then makes a comment about running commentary, and I laugh because it's incredibly true. The Cassavan then mock the Doctor in an intriguing way, however when they state they are ready to take this universe, all we have seen of them is on Earth. It might have been interesting to see them on a different planet. In Barton's office, it looks like Yaz is desperate to impress the Doctor. Sure is convenient that no one in San Francisco saw the Cassavan in the office windows. I like the fact Yaz is traumatized and could be setting her up to leave at end of the series. O and Graham's chat about the Doctor comes a bit more sinister on a rewatch given the twist at the end. The fact the Doctor knows nothing is a little annoying but highlights the mystery the Cassavan pose. The Doctor goes from confused to cocky. The chase sequence I found rather dull, and the fact Yaz thought she was dead the day before and she has no problem getting shot at and being close to death yet again confuses me. The way the mystery slowly begins to unravel surrounding O is quite interesting. The house floating in the air is hilarious. I found myself laughing so much it took me right out of the moment. Sacha Dhawan plays an amazing master with the little shiver he does when revealing who he is. He plays a brilliant psychopath and he's like a child. Ending feels a little rushed but is certainly intense and racks up the stakes for the following episode. In conclusion, an alright episode with quite a few faults and earns a 6 out of 10.